maximum.
Right. So somebody that died 10 years ago, around 40, 50, that was a crew member here.
Yeah.
No sense of what he did on the cruise. So.
Well, I could say technical, but I guess that's them all, isn't it, really?
Not down anymore.
Maybe as we go around, usually what happens, you get very quick first impressions, and then as you go around with me, details will fill themselves in.
The names and faces that we see each week are of course just a fraction of those that put their lives into entertaining the nation. Yet how profound an effect can this building have on those who work here? And how would they choose to grab our attention?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the was that?
A street and set that needs little introduction. But why are Most Haunted investigating Coronation Street? The reason is very real, as paranormal phenomena has been reported here for many years. So much so that current cast members Sue Cleaver and Simon Gregson have willingly volunteered to help our endeavours to solve who may be responsible. Medium David Wells has already sensed an austere male who worked at these Manchester studios in a technical role. And his visit to one particular behind-the-scenes area would also reveal some astounding sensory information.
The only thing I have in here is, again, our male friend from the other place, and it seems to be, again, this taking of the hand, or this touching, and it's gentle, it is very gentle, even if it doesn't matter if it's a child or an adult. Maybe a sensation of someone really close to them, and it's a case of, it's almost like come with me, you know, come and find me.
Right.
Come with me, you know, sort of thing. So what I'm trying to say is, he died around tea time, and he comes here at tea time to say, come and get me.
That's spooky.
Go on.
Well, it's just that somebody, one of the crew here had an experience of sleeping in here, and she wasn't, she was sitting up, she was sitting up in here, and someone just came and tapped her on the shoulder and said something like, it's 5:25.
Yeah, 5:30 is what I would have gone for.
Oh! That is spooky.
So, a hint at the man who regularly scares staff with his early evening time check. But is he our only contender as the ghost of Coronation Street? Studio 2's gallery was to suddenly offer an unexpected youthful presence.
The only thing I'm getting is ghostly children. Two of tapping this. Oh, sorry, sorry, just knock you over. Bit of this, bit of chair moving,
Right.
bit of maybe even a bit of ear flicking,
Oh,
but nothing.
Well, that's a lot.
Well, yeah, it is a bit, but very intermittent. It's not a regular thing.
What era are they from?
They are probably Victorian.
How old?
Kids are probably young, 5, 6.
Girl, boy?
One of each.
Perhaps another link to the families that once lived around here, long before Coronation Street had even hit our screens. And whilst its local pub may be happy to host the likes of Eileen Grimshaw and Steve MacDonald, does spiritualist medium Gordon Smith feel any other souls frequent here?
Funny thing of it is I don't honestly feel anything really sort of ghostly, or, you know, nothing visual comes to my mind when I come sort of behind the bar here. I get the sense of maybe people having felt somebody sort of step close to them, or I even get the sense of sound, somebody breathing, or I do feel as though people have sensed energies around here. Right. But I don't actually get any visuals. I don't see anybody. I honestly don't.
Right, okay.
I don't get any sense of spirit, or it's just more kind of activity. It's like an atmosphere that I feel.
So when you say people feel breathing or someone really close to them, it's not a spirit?
No, I don't feel that's a spirit. I feel that's just, again, to me, like a sort of ghostly energy, just like some sort of residue.
With Gordon sensing just a residual presence here, we move on to a nearby area that he feels replays this land's varied past.
I do get a very strong sense of different people here, nothing to do with Coronation Street. I feel as though this goes back in time.
Right.
And I do feel as though there's much more activity here, ghostly activity.
What sort of things?
I get a sense of people huddled together in one moment. It's almost like seeing people all sitting together and huddled in a place. I don't think they died there or anything like that, but that's again picking up memory of this particular area and something that runs in different directions underneath here. This, I feel as though it could go off in different tunnels or something. And the bizarre sort of vision that just keeps flashing into my mind is an American airman.
An American airman?
For whatever reason, just a guy in uniform, but I feel American.
Right.
I don't think he's haunting it on purpose to frighten people, but I feel as though his memory is connected to, not this spot, but certainly there's something that runs here. And I do feel as though it's quite a, at times I feel quite a heavy energy. I would actually get the sense that people have been disturbed walking about here and turn to, you know, even catch a glimpse, because that's the way I'd seen it in my mind, like the man appearing and disappearing. Which again is just something.
I mean, do you want to describe how people feel?
Just that people, several people have said that this back corridor feels quite oppressive, that there's somebody watching them. But it's interesting that you pick up on uniform and it's the same period and.
This part of Manchester was the unfortunate victim of bombing attacks during World War II, and the tunnels that Gordon has described could well be the underground chambers that sheltered Mancunians in times of danger. But in an area where pretence is always played out, were we in any real danger? Studio 2 may contain its fair share of interior sets, but Gordon's attention was honed on just one area, a seemingly empty and lifeless corridor.
Again, I get a lot of people being haunted, being frightened. Here, people being touched or the sense of being watched. I do get a very eerie sense, and it's just this corridor and all the way along. There's a sense of somebody being, just somebody's watching me, somebody's here. That kind of feeling as though you just feel that you're not alone down here.
So what presence would be here?
That I can't even tell you who the presence is at the moment, but I do get a strong sense of somebody around me here.
Right.
As if somebody's watching over me. I would think this would be quite a good place to work.
That was clutch your pearls. Clutch your pearls.
There was a lot of pearl clutching there.
Where did that come from?
It's plaster on the lights, isn't it?
Yeah, but that one.
Off the ceiling,
Maybe.
Without knowing where it's coming from, because did it come from the light?
Nothing dropped there.
Cool down, or
The camera thing dropped.
might be cooling down, eh?
But these lights weren't on
They're
before.
not
That's a
on.
good point. I don't know.
Be interesting to sit around here because
It's
it
you.
feels like it's me. Everywhere I go, things get thrown at people.
I know. Right, so we'll have to come back in here.
Yeah. I would think this would be a good place for a
do you think the activity is quite frequent down here, or do you think it's more of an intense
I
thing?
don't think anything's overly, you know, so there's nothing that frequent I don't think about anywhere, but if I had to pick a spot between here and the place where I get the sense of the sort of tunnels and things, that drew me and this drew me.
Those
Yeah,
two
I
areas.
believe that it's so easy to say that a big place, I mean, if somebody's walking on their own, feels haunted. But I do feel as though there have been people who have this, worse than just the sense of something there, it's almost that look around because they feel they're being watched, and that's what I feel.
Okay, so this
In
is
this
definitely
area.
an area
Yeah.
to come back to.
Here and the other place I thought were the two strongest.
Right, okay. So seances,
Yeah.
Ouija and all that sort of stuff in these two
To
areas.
see what you could pick up here. Yeah.
Okay, great. What do you think to that then?
Get a bit spooked, don't you? Always now.
Bring it on.
This for me is the most spookiest place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
How would you feel coming down here on your own then?
I'll give it a whirl.
Would you?
Yeah.
With
not
a-
for very
your
long,
own?
though.
With a night vision camera on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe with someone else.
No! You changed it.
Yeah,
now.
go on then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Gordon sensing another possible link to this area's wartime past, we agree that this place has to be explored later on in the night. But to allay Simon's obvious fears, we commence our night vision investigations with 2 simultaneous vigils.